Hello and welcome to another update video about ETH. On the ETH chart, the price has made a higher high, but really has followed Bitcoin a little bit, but really not in a significant way. So not really a substantially higher high, rather a marginally higher high. That was already mentioned in the previous video as possible alternative, and that the wave count itself wouldn't really be affected as long as the price stays below that B wave high here. At $2,330, because so far this move to the upside is only an A, B, C structure in wave 2 still, after a wave 1 possibly bottomed here. That's the first scenario, which is basically the short-term bearish one. We highlighted this as a possibility because this support never broke, So that's a possible option of an ABC structure in which the C wave could finish at any moment, really, at one of these fib levels, 2,255, 2,288, or even $2,337. But if we get there, it cannot be a wave 2 anymore, because we would then break above the beginning of the wave 1 to the downside. Now, I've warned you that, first of all, we have a descending wedge. Descending wedges tend to break to the upside. So the option of a high B wave or a reset of wave 2 is definitely high. In addition to that, the move down is not an impulse. So only here, at best, this C wave would be a diagonal. So again, we don't have that very strong downtrend, okay? So be ready for the chop, which hopefully everybody is aware now, because I've been warning about this sort of choppy price action now for days, just to prevent people from trying to trade every single wave. Now, again, you can do that, but don't be surprised if you see quick ups and downs. You have to be babysitting trades within a correction, okay? You have to be babysitting them, and well, you can do that, but it takes a lot of time. And you don't really have that higher level trend that's sort of supporting necessarily your trades within a correction, because the market often hasn't really decided what to do. Why is that? Well, that's because in a correction, the corrective waves, there are more than 10 corrective patterns. At every juncture, the market can take any one of these 10. I think it's even 13 or something. And so the market is trying to do all the things at once in a correction. Elliott Wave helps us always to understand when we are in a correction and when we need to be careful. So there are still wave counts pointing to the downside, like the white one is basically unchanged, just a slight reset of wave 2. Or the yellow wave count, I mean, if this extends higher, then it would be a reset of the B wave, like what Bitcoin did. So this B wave would just reset a little higher. Absolutely possible as well. And then we have key levels at 2,337, 2,367 and 2,401 and even 2,518, then we would be looking at an overshooting B wave. Either way, at the moment, my primary scenario would be that we still go lower into the support area, and it could be that we reset the B wave before, absolutely. Could all of wave 2 already have bottomed? Yes, but I need to see further evidence to really believe that. It's just a possibility, not necessarily highly probable at this stage. Just because we haven't come down for wave 2, we haven't really come down low enough. Now, we've seen it when we look at the indices like the NASDAQ, the S&P 500. They've shown really shallow retracements in the last few months. So it's possible, anything is possible, but it's not yet the most probable option. Wave 2s typically would reach, I mean, at the very least, the 38.2 retracement. Again, there's no rule, okay? Sometimes you get the odd wave 2 that's extremely shallow. I just have to mention it because you don't want people to be frustrated because they were waiting for lower prices. Now, for me, it's like, okay, if it comes down lower, I will add. Now, I don't know, I'm well positioned. I don't need to add at a price that I don't really want to add, but you need to understand what that means. If it is bottomed already, the next wave up is a third wave, likely, and that would completely escalate to $3,000 plus. So again, this correction is another chance to get positioned. How you deal with that from a tactical point of view is, of course, up to you. But for me, I mean, from an analysis point of view, I have no evidence that a low is in place. I can only really confirm that once I see a 5-wave move to the upside from here, followed by a 3-wave pullback, just because so far this pullback has been extremely shallow. So any move up from here would rather be seen as corrective for now until the market can prove me wrong. Bear in mind that looking at the bigger picture, the trend suggests further upside. So this is just the view on the 1 hour chart where we're looking still for potentially lower prices or clear evidence that the low is in. However, it would need to show us that really, because so far this pullback hasn't really fulfilled the expectations of a wave 2 correction. So that's my update about Ether. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.